Tech, Designing a Quieter Future Inside Chorus and the Rise of Sustainable Boating. And
Mm.
thus, without further ado, that is quite possibly one of the greatest introductions that I've segued into ever on a podcast. It is such an honor and pleasure to be speaking with you, Chris,
Oh, fantastic.
and to thank
Yeah,
you for taking the time. I am thrilled that we
that's no
both
problem at all.
LA thing back in the day. So, oh, and I was just about to
Yeah.
mention as I'm looking at your
Mm.
article on our website, it right next to it is a hard fixed one of my favorite clients who's out there in your neck of the woods in England, handmade in England. Are you familiar with Bennett Winch?
Oh, from Winch Design, Winch Yachts.
Bennett Winch. It's the best
Oh,
travel luggage gear on the planet. You got to check
oh,
it out.
oh
Yeah,
no, sorry. No, no.
all right, you have to check it out. You two,
Yeah,
you and Robin
I,
would.
uh, I sell to that world. I don't particularly live in it. That's the thing. So
I would imagine you
my
do.
luxury thing is a cheap backpack, my luggage. So yeah, it's like but no, no, sorry. I thought you meant Winch. There's a big yacht design company called Winch Design.
Okay, all right.
And I've been dealing with them for like the last 10 years, and because obviously I had the furniture company, and we used to
Gotcha.
make lots of pieces and things for mega yachts and things like that, and work with that kind of company. So sorry, I was confused there. Yeah.
No, nothing to be confused about. Sorry, I confused you.
Yeah.
So, my
Yeah.
dear friend, my new friend
Mm.
from across the pond, Christopher Duffy, what you're doing is you're reimagining what it means to be on the water, replacing,
Mm.
as the title, Designing a Quieter Future, replacing noise, fumes, and excess with silence, solar power, and considered design. And so, all of that being said, and I love the design of the boats. I find it intriguing. I grew up to a certain extent on the water, and it has you have a lot, the chorus has the mastercraft influence to it, correct?
Probably. Like I said, I grew up on the water myself as well. So like since I was 4 years old, I've been
Okay.
out on boats, and my sort of dad was really into speed boats, and obviously we've skied a few bits behind the mastercrafts and other
Yeah.
kind of boats, things like that. We never had a mastercraft ourselves because we was basically on the sea, and a mastercraft is more of a lake boat,
I'm not thinking
whereas
mastercraft. What are the old, beautiful wooden boats?
oh, sorry, you're thinking of like oh, you're thinking about yeah. I've sort of based one of the designs
Yeah,
is based on like the old Italian, like you say, master craftsmanship, Italian Riviera or sort of Lake Como,
yeah, that's what I'm
Italian
thinking.
design kind of
Yeah,
wooden boats. So yeah, absolutely. So well, that was well, I thought if I'm going to design boats, and I was actually on holiday at the time in Lake Como, and I just saw these boats, and I was designing sort of different kind of boats, and I'm like, well, if I've got the opportunity to design a boat, why not design sort of a version of one of the most beautiful boats that's ever been created? You know,
yeah.
so if you're going to do something, and if I do something, I've got to do something that really sort of thrills me and excites me, and so I'm like, what would be more exciting than making, just a modern take on possibly one of the most beautiful objects ever made, let alone beautiful boats ever made.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think
Yeah,
those boats are just simply they're so
yeah,
special and so beautiful.
yeah,
They almost, even if you're seeing them only feet away, they almost look lost in time, like a painting has come to life.
yeah. Yeah, and just like yeah, so have something to do with those. I mean, to potentially own one, or
Yeah,
and obviously to potentially sort of make them sell them is would be like a huge honor. Yeah, and yeah,
imagine.
just be a fantastic thing to be part of and associated with. So
And
yeah, so I kind of thought if we're going to do it, let's do something like that. So yeah, yeah,
absolutely, absolutely.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so, what is most
mm,
where your inspiration, your impetus outside of
yeah,
the working with some of the most beautiful crafts on the planet and
yeah.
the artistry in that, what is it
Mm.
what is your core impetus that led you to these moments right now that inspired you to be doing what you're doing with these crafts and just simply in general with chorus?
So for the last 20 years, I've been running a design company where we make very high-end, handmade wooden pieces of furniture. I have lots of different materials, actually. We mix lots of materials. And I work with some of the greatest craftsmen on the planet. And when you get to this kind of sort of level, there's actually not that many left. So everyone uses the same people for certain things as well. So you're dealing with like the best of the best in that kind of furniture. And when I started that company, I started that basically almost straight out of university with no money. I won't say next to no money, but literally no money, and had to build it up very, very slowly over 20 years. But I'd also, like say, so I said before, since a child, I've been on boats and everything else. So those whole 20 years, I've also been designing boats, but it takes a little bit more money to develop a boat than a coffee table, say. So, I mean, coffee tables still take a decent amount of time, money, and effort to develop a very sort of exceptional coffee table, but not quite as much as making sort of a master like a craftsman piece of art like the boats. But after 20 years and some success in my field, we now have a bit of money and a bit of leverage to take investors on board to now design to build the things I've been designing for the last 20 years alongside the furniture.
And what is it that thank you very much for sharing that. You're very well spoken, by the way. And to be at that moment, when you've been working on something and not only to contain the level as an entrepreneur or as just a person in general to maintain and at the same time contain the building enthusiasm and excitement over something over the course of a month, let alone 20 years, is absolutely fantastic and speaks volumes to the
Yeah.
type of person you are and
Mm,
to the vision and the passion that you have for it
mm,
as it continues to evolve. And so
mm,
with and how has it over those 20 years or over the past year even because with each now the moments change and they become much more accelerated as you're at these moments versus say 20 years ago. What is it?
mm,
So in these moments versus say even a year ago, what is it that you're
mm.
finding more intriguing and more accelerated, so to speak, as you as with each day as you progress with chorus?
So with chorus, yeah, the most exciting thing I find is, well, so the dream I have for chorus is not only to make some of the best boats and the most beautiful boats in the world, and have all that, the silence and stuff, but also have them on the same kind of parity in price as petrol boats, which we've not even been able to get close to. Like, if you want to buy the electric version or the petrol version, the electric version is 10 times the price and doesn't have the speed, doesn't have the power, doesn't have the range. And I'm like, why would, and it's great for the environment. And there's sort of certain cases where, especially in Europe, where there's lakes that completely don't allow petrol. So you would have to have the electric version. But apart from the cases where you're
Right.
forced into it, I want to build a boat, and I think we're coming very close now. And I've just got back, literally just flown back, sort of yesterday from Dusseldorf Boat Show. It's like one of the biggest boat shows in Europe, and I've been dealing with some of the manufacturers now, where you can get the batteries and things. And the price now, and the quality and the power is maybe sort of 5 times what it was 4 years ago, and 1/10 of the cost. So now we're getting into a position where I should be able to build like a boat like that Italian, beautifully crafted boat that will have all the power of the original, perhaps even like a lot more power,
Yeah.
with a huge, say, 120 kilowatt hour battery, state of the art, that's semi solid state, so sort of very lightweight, and can sell that at the same price as the original, as the sort of the petrol version. And obviously, the petrol version comes with the huge drawbacks of the noise, the vibration, um, and the like constant maintenance that's required.
Oh yeah.
So what you're gonna get is yeah. So if you know anything about boats, you just know
Yeah.
about the maintenance and the costs, and just finding someone who can do it is like impossible these
Oh
days.
yeah.
Finding someone like I've got boats with outboards, and like if I need an outboard fixed now, there used to be people all around. I actually my first job when I was when I was 11, actually my first job I used to work at for a guy fixing outboard boat engines. So I used to
Yeah,
do the odd changes on old Seagull engines. I don't know if you had Seagull engines in America, but it's Seagull engines, and I used to sort of fix the sort of things and make the tea and sweep up. That was like one of my first
yeah.
jobs. But like they
Never
don't,
ending work. Never ending
yeah.
work.
But they even when they never ending work, they don't seem to exist anymore. So for my boat, I need to if I need the engine fixed, I need to take it off the boat, put it on a pallet, ship it to Cambridge, where they'd fix it, and then send it back. It's just you can't. It's just there's an age that's kind of going away now. So that is the dream, and that's what's most exciting. Just getting back from this boat show and signing a few contracts with some suppliers is
Congratulations.
that now is that I can basically, with great confidence, go in and know that I'm offering a much better product at a huge value and adding huge value, and without saying, okay, this is fine, but you got to pay 3 times as much. It's like no, pay the same, and get a better product and get a better experience.
I would
Yeah,
I would also think that I would think that the you would have a very strong interest and potential upside in um, basically creating some of the most fantastic bespoke um, yacht tenders
absolutely. Yeah.
for the super yacht and the mega yacht world.
Yeah, well, that's obviously another one of the things I'm hoping to bring of my strengths from my 20 years experience is that in sort of really cutting edge manufacture. So with every piece that I made, we've always used the latest laser cutting, the latest CNC, the latest 3D printing, everything, because basically I had to stay, even when you're selling pieces at huge prices, the cost to build them is like huge as well. And to stay competitive, to stay in the realms of reality, you have to take on board these kind of really cutting edge technologies, which and which will basically make your products better. So for an example, I'll give you an example. So let's say we used to make like balloon tape with these tables, and there's some very complicated parts. So to get all the parts to come together, I sort of push the problems back and back and back and back until you end up with a sort of small component, but that's impossible to manufacture. So if you did want to manufacture it, you have to sort of make a £10,000 mold. You'd have to, you know, have those made. It cost you hundreds of thousands of pounds to make this kind of small component, and you have to buy them in by the thousands, and then you just have tons of waste. But
Mhm.
now you can push that problem back and back and back, and we could 3D print it in metal, and it costs £8, and you've
Fantastic.
just solved this kind of impossible problem with an impossible component, and it's cost like less than $10 now to actually produce the thing,
That's
and
amazing.
so that's the same kind of problem solving I want to bring to the boat industry. So whereas most boat like again, and I like sort of mixed media. So I've got no fear in mixing, say, aluminium fabrication with CNCing on sort of with wood or with 3D printing and putting all these things together and making sure that each material and each process is doing what it does best to its maximum sort of advantages. And so yeah, so that's I think was that what you asked? I don't know. I've lost track of the question,
Well,
but yeah.
I started with bespoke yacht tenders, and you took the
Yes.
ball and ran
Oh,
with it.
sorry.
So.
That was the other thing. Sorry, I wanted to say was yes, absolutely. So, and with all these things, they are what I call like intelligent design, as in I don't have to go out and spend £500,000 on a mold
Yeah.
for a fiberglass boat mold, and now every boat I sell has got to fit in that mold because now put it on. And if nobody wants it or I've made a mistake with that mold, I've either got to eat that cost and go. Whereas with laser cutting, fabrication, 3D printing, and all these things, the only thing you have to change is the file. And we, in Chorus Boats,
Right.
we have obviously a core of R&D and CAD specialists
Yeah.
and people who are absolutely brilliant with these programs. So anybody who wants, say, this boat, so I love this boat, but I want it a foot bigger. No problem. Yeah. I love this boat. I want this change. I want that change. I want that. You can have it completely fully bespoke. And basically all the only cost is, the few hours we have to spend on the design, the files and changing the files. And then of course, when we make the boat, there's always things to improve, and every single boat and every single piece we make, like every single piece I've ever made in my entire history, the next one's always slightly better than the one before because I can always see an improvement here. We just change the
Yeah.
file, and it's basically, like I say, it's intelligent manufacture. So basically, it's a manufacturer that's got its own intelligence that can improve every single version.
Right. So what you, I mean, what you've just explained is it's beyond revolutionary.
Well, I think it's revolutionary. It's out there, but I think it's just putting all these things together.
Right. But
So
putting them all
basically, it's
together is,
yeah.
yeah.
So it's all these bits that are just sitting there.
Right.
The new battery technology, the new electric outboard technologies, the new manufacturing technologies. Put all these things together, and you've got a completely different type of vehicle. It'll look like a boat, but
Mhm.
it'll have literally nothing in common with its kind of predecessors, and
Right.
the experience will hopefully be sort of 1,000 times more. So
Well, you put it all
and I
together, and
know
what you have is you have you and you have chorus, correct?
exactly, yeah.
That's
So
exactly right.
yeah, yeah, and then like for me, I'm excited to getting one myself and experience it. So and
It's
so that
really
we have the
exciting. I'm
prototypes.
thrilled. I'm so
Yeah,
thrilled for you. It's absolutely incredible. It's
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
to really, and thank you for explaining it so well in all its succinctity. That
yeah.
to to then, I mean, you, as you just said, it's literally just putting all. It's almost you just reminded me of I don't know if, obviously I wouldn't know if you watch movies, but you just reminded me of the scene of Tom Cruise in Minority Report where he's in front of the screen and he starts piecing all of these elements
Yes.
together, and that's
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
It's a very iconic, famous scene, and that's what it reminds me
No, no.
of you
Well,
doing
I've
it. And
always
then
said,
and it's just, and then it's
yeah,
all together in its perfection. And again,
yeah.
there, right in that moment, is you, Christopher Duffy,
Thank you. Yeah,
and Chorus
yeah.
Boats. Really, that's
Mm.
amazing. What an exciting time.
No, no, it's amazing. Basically, because as well, I mean, I spend every weekend in the summer months on, I have like a small rib, sort of inflatable boat, sort of a nice,
Yeah,
quite a nice one that I go out. It's me and my son. He's 5 years old, and we get on the boat, and it's kind of on the east coast, and it's all kind of little coves, little sort of little secret bits that you can only get to by boat. And we go out literally every weekend, sort of searching for pirate treasure. And
that's fantastic. I love it.
and he's got a pirate hat. He puts on his pirate hat, and we go out. We've got a metal detector, and we just go around. We just go around, and the that experience. So basically, with the boats, if I think about people think about a boat, they sort of think that they're buying a boat, but it's not, you're not really. The boat's not that isn't the important part. The boat is literally
Yeah,
just a key to everything else that's out there.
that's
So
exactly right.
basically, the boat is what you need to get out there, get away from the beach, from the hordes of people, from whatever else. Get on the boat. They've got the whole thing to yourself. Now, access is ownership. Now you own that. That's yours. And especially what you can have with like small boats as well. The smaller boats, you can get them out of different. We have lots of sort of strong tides here, so we can get them out at lower tides when other boats can't get out. You know, when the water's at its flattest, late in the evening when it's like a mirror with like the sun going down, when it's absolutely sort of spiritual.
Absolutely.
We can get out there, and that when if once I can do that and go out there with my son, we're on a boat that's flying along 30 miles an hour,
Yeah.
skimming across mirror at complete silence, taking in the whole of the environment, embracing the environment. It's like
Yeah.
this is a dream.
Yeah.
I just I've gotta make it happen.
That's exactly
just
right.
to
Well,
have that for that experience alone.
and you are, and it's live
Mm.
like a dream. And
Yeah.
you, I love how you, and to actually understand this very, it's to you and I, it might sound simple, but this concept that you brought out, and any great yacht broker or yacht builder
Mm.
on the planet will attest to this, is that individual, let's just say that guy, that individual, not necessarily that it's always a guy, but that guy, that when he gets to that moment in his life, and whether it's the a mega yacht from Lursen, or whether it's the bespoke chorus boats, say it turns out to be a tender at this moment for the said super yacht, mega yacht, whatever it might be, is
Yep.
it's not just, it's absolutely not about the vessel itself. It's about those moments, and as you said, it's the moments that it gives you access to That it comes down to
Yes.
that, and that is something that is priceless, and that you cannot absolutely you can't emulate any other way than, especially as you just described. I could envision you and your son along in pure silence on that course boat, and that is the color of it doesn't matter. None of it matters. It's that, and to absolutely to achieve that is it's almost beyond words. It's like a Peter Pan moment.
Yeah.
You've found Never
Yeah.
Neverland. You've created Never
Yeah.
Neverland. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna make obviously you're gonna make a really beautiful and groundbreaking boat, but it's the experience that boat gives, like with that silence, with that ease of access, without having to drive your electric car to a petrol station, fill it up a tank of petrol, throw it in the back of the electric cars, and the electric car stinks of petrol all the way back.
Yeah.
None of
Absolutely.
these
Yeah.
things, it's just like obviously I do sort of live the boat life, and I know the things like small things which are sort of very first world problems, but that just are infuriating, or the huge rows I have with my brother and stuff at whose turn it is to go to the petrol station and
Exactly. It's like it's a simple, yeah. Who's going to go get the ice and who's going to get the petrol or the gas? Exactly.
yeah,
And I have
yeah.
to I have to ask this because I have had friends that do what you're mentioning with respect to going searching for pirates' booty or treasure, and
Yeah.
they actually do find it. They'll go out and find it down in the Caribbean. Have you
Yeah,
guys
we're not
found any?
we're not really searching. We're just kind of like having fun. Yeah, it's like yeah,
All right, because I
just
actually have
walking
friends who go
around
out
with
and
us.
do find it in the Caribbean.
Really, they do find it.
They do. They claim they
Yeah,
find it. Now, that being said, I've never
yeah,
been with them, so I don't know if they get so intoxicated on rum that by the end of the day they think they've found it, or if they've actually found it.
yeah.
So, according to them,
Yes.
they've found it.
Oh, okay. No, well, ours is more kind of a game, but yeah, but it's just kind of fun going out pretending to look for treasure and stuff. But
Absolutely.
saying that, I do think yeah, I don't want to sound like I'm mad, but I do think I do have an actual real pirate treasure map, and yeah, but it's so yeah, but yeah, no, we just do it for fun. We're not so serious treasure hunters, but yeah.
I would love to see that pirate map just to simply turn it into a piece of art on a canvas or whatnot. But so I
That can be the next company.
I hope that we can do
Yeah,
this again and many, many times, Chris. And I don't
yeah.
want, I just realized that I don't want to take too much of your time because you're also you're getting into happy hour time. Speaking of cocktails, is there
Too
anything?
bad. It's another hour till it's pub o'clock. So here,
Okay.
so yeah,
Well, you might be needing to wrap up there. Is there,
yeah,
and we could speak all day. I could absolutely speak to you all day.
yeah, of
Is there
course, yeah.
anything on this initial call, this beautiful conversation? Thank you for taking the time that I
Hmm.
didn't ask you, Chris Duffy of Chorus Boats, which is Chorus Boats, BOATS.com, that I should have asked you, or anything that you'd like to touch upon quickly before we still have a few more minutes, but is there anything I didn't ask you that I should have?
You covered basically everything I want to say, and I suppose you've got the article as well. So I think that will cover anything that I would have forgotten. So, and I'm sure that your beautifully written article will cover uh, any bits that I've missed out. But no, I think that kind of basically just covers the sort of the feel and the idea of what we're trying to do, and really just the value we're trying to bring to this space. So we're basically not trying to um, you know, just be another boat company. We're trying to add a value that doesn't exist at the moment. And because obviously I know from making things, like I say, for my whole life, is that you think, okay, these things only take a few weeks to do and whatever else, and you end up spending 10 years of your life on it. So I don't take on design challenges or design tasks um, quickly, because I know that these things can end up taking up your entire life. So if I'm going to do something, it has to be something innovative, groundbreaking, adding true value, or why would I dedicate that much of my life to it? Like,
Yeah.
let alone money or whatever else. It's going to be something where I'm going to be doing something that no one else at the moment, at least, or are doing. So that's what we're trying to. I mean, that's what I'm trying to get across and trying to do. And hopefully we'll be there sooner rather than later. And yeah, it's really sort of revolutionizing this space. Yeah, that's basically, yeah. I think that's what I was trying to get across, really. That helps. No.
It completely helps, and I still have so many questions, but then I would
Yeah.
definitely be eating into the pub time. And does you're just curious since your official partner in crime with the pirates treasure hunting, is he caught? I'm not. It's none of my business how old or whatnot, but does he
No.
realize what you're creating?
Well, he's like 5.5. And well, he does actually. Well, because basically I have lots of like little like I don't know everywhere laying around. Just found that actually I didn't put this there on purpose, but little 3D printed models of the latest things that we're building. Obviously, he sees them as toys.
Yeah,
Um, and actually, like, I'm like, actually, this is basically a little scale model. So when we get to a certain stage of a design, I'll quickly 3D print out a small model of it. Just so basically at the weekend, I can be playing with it in my hand, see what we've got right, see what we've got wrong, uh, make adjustments, and then back on Monday, I've got all my notes ready for the changes we're going to make to the files. So he sees that. He's obviously out in the boat with me all the time. He's becoming quite a good um, sort of sailor himself, much better than most adults. When you pull up, he's already with the rope and he's tying off and so on. So, yeah, I think he's beginning to get a sense of it now. And yeah, and I have
yeah,
lots of
and
friends as
that's
well. They're like, "Oh, can I have one of your toy boats?" I'm like, "They're not toy boats. These are
and it's
three-dimensional
actually and
representations of what we're building that I'm using their tools for rapid development. It's not a toy boat. You're not playing with it in the bar.
And
But
you're
yeah,
and that's why it piqued my interest that you said that, and this is why is and by the way, your PR firm is they're very good. Fifi is fantastic, and there's a
yeah,
line near the it's the second to last paragraph of the beautiful article that will be in the spring issue of Elevated Yachts magazine, and it's already on the website at elevatedmagazines.com. Is begin quote, yet for all the technology and strategy, Chorus remains rooted in a deeply human motivation. Duffy speaks openly about becoming a father and the responsibility that brings, about designing not just beautiful objects, but systems that actively benefit the world his child will inherit. In that sense, Chorus is less about luxury as excess and more about luxury as thoughtfulness, calm over speed, longevity over disposability, and harmony over dominance. End quote.
well, that's basically it. I mean, what is luxury? Is luxury gold? Is it bling? Is it those things, or is it something that provides an absolutely amazing experience that is made with thought from beginning to end about how it's going to be made, material it's going to be made of, how it will be recycled at the end of life, what access it's going to give, what it's going to improve in your life or add value to people that use it. Its longevity. These are things I think are luxury,
Yeah,
not a load
you're
of
absolutely correct.
gold and diamonds. And these are sort of my sort of, you know, don't know, people are very welcome to have those. I mean, I have nothing like those, but it's just the, I don't see what value they're really adding. And basically my goal as a designer and kind of my duty as a designer is to add true value. And I'm not basically. I don't want to sort of say do the Silicon Valley thing of like, oh, we're trying to save the world. It's not like trying to fall in that trap. We're just trying to add something that is really of value. And as a designer, or your job is also to be inspirational, just to inspire
Exactly.
things. So maybe
Yep.
we'll do this, and it'll add the value, and it'll be a fantastic product, and everything else. But those things will also sort of kick off inspiration, different ways of thinking, different ways of living. So maybe not change the world, but maybe sort of inspire a different idea of what luxury can be. So perhaps,
And
yeah,
and you are
that's the thing we
absolutely
can do.
doing that. I'm
Yeah.
more inspired since I was 30 minutes ago, and I mean that in all sincerity. And especially since we share those some heritage from the Santa Monica days over 22 years ago. But Chris, it's
Oh,
such
you
a
are bumped
pleasure.
into each other. Yeah.
It's such a pleasure to speak with you today. I hope the first of many, many times. Enjoy the
Yes.
weekend. Hopefully, you'll find some treasure. I do want to see that treasure map, and I look forward to seeing as much of you as possible in the upcoming issues of Elevated Yachts. Chris Duffy of Chorus Boats, Chorus boats.com. Chris, thank you so much for your time, my friend.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for this opportunity. It's amazing.
Have a great weekend, my friend. Enjoy the pub.
You have a great weekend. I'm off to the pub.
Take
Off,
care.
off for, I'm off for a Guinness now. There you go. See you later.
Take care. Bye.